take this shirt off.
Is that's a brand you don't want to promote?
It's yeah. Well, not on here.
All right. Everybody all set?
I'm sorry. Let me get my meal together.
I don't know. Let's wait for Kelly.
As usual. I felt the shade.
I felt the shade. You know, you don't
good
feel
because I was laying it on pretty thick.
I felt it. Oh, come on, Nails.
We're blocking you from the sun. That's all.
Thank you, but it's a little ghetto because I'm missing two.
So when she had you like this with the hand like this, she had you fooled.
Right.
She fooled around and curved that hand over.
That's just a design of two natural ones. That's gonna be the new design.
Yeah, that might be a thing.
No,
but you put clear on it, so it's still nice and shiny. But you know,
this is unacceptable. I just need to go home and fix it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Man, I put my bun in the oven and now it's all extra hard.
Well, how long you leave it in there?
Too long. I was trying to figure out my technical difficulties. And forgot it was in there. I guess I don't need it anyway. All right, I'm ready.
All righty. Let's do it to it.
Terry, what's the word of the day?
Shazam.
It's my ass, Terry.
I don't live in NBA jams, Mr. Boom Shakalaka.
Top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world.
Just for the record, I want to let you know I got you to say it. That's why I hit it so fast.
Oh, okay.
You said boom shakalaka. That's all I needed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Worst Ones podcast. My name is Rudy Wilson. I am a worst one because I am a preacher's kid. Janessa, she's over there drinking her freaking hooch from from down south.
Good old Shirley Temple.
She's a worst one. Kellie's eating edibles right now. She's a worst one. She is a worst one. Terry Wayne is. What are you doing, Terry? Stripping these days? What's going on?
I'm just boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. How is everyone doing? Let's start with the person who's the least busiest, Kellie Lee. No, I'm just kidding. Terry, how you doing?
I got the itis. That's what I got.
There you go.
I got the itis, and I need to sleep, but I can't sleep yet. So I'm just here killing time till about 9:30.
There you go. There you go. Killing time.
That's bedtime. Terry is 9:30.
What's that?
Bedtime is 9:30.
It is on days when I eat brisket and pulled pork.
Is that all we are? Just killing time? Is that all we are to you?
That's what I heard.
No, you're less than that. But
there you go. There you go. There you go.
Well, I am a worst one. What did you expect?
That is true.
My feelings are hurt.
Oh, calm it down. Now I gotta send you some coffee too.
I'm not gonna make it.
Well, Kellie, how are you doing, and what you eating on? This looks pretty good.
You caught me right as I
know.
Put it in my mouth. Literally as I was taking a bite. I am eating a Greek turkey burger. So I get my meals prepared for me each week. So someone makes my meals for me each week. So this week on the menu was a Greek turkey burger. It's pretty good, and sweet potatoes.
Someone like a company or someone like somebody you know?
Someone, they do it like personally, like they do it from their home. So it's not like
they still do it as a service, right?
Yeah, they do it as a service.
Yeah, I got a friend that does that here.
Mm-hmm. And so turkey, I mean, it's really good. You get a choice of a turkey, salmon, shrimp, chicken meal. She switches it up a little bit each week. And it's just really helped me with portion sizes and not eating too much.
I might need her contact information.
Yeah, I sent it to you on Instagram.
That's the part I hate, is because it does help you with portion. I'm like, man, I'm still hungry.
Right, and that's the thing. The good thing is you get like 10 meals and 10 snacks. So sometimes the snack's supposed to be snacks. Sometimes my snacks are a supplement to my meal because I'm still hungry.
Right. Gotcha.
So yeah, but it's been good. The scale's finally moving. I told you about my little weight loss journey.
Yes.
Scale's finally moving. So yeah, I'm feeling good. Like I said, I just left the gym, so y'all get me hot and sweating.
There you go.
But I'm here. All is well.
I'll get you hot and sweaty.
All right. There's Terry. There's Terry. Janessa Rowland, how art thou?
Thou art well. Just same old. This is the last season of Ozone, and hopefully my life will slow down a little bit. Hasn't really been too bad of a season this year, which is great. So
Ozone is a show?
Season.
No.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is
She's talked about it before. You're just too high.
No,
I just don't. I don't know what the hell ozone is. What is that?
Ozone. It's bad for pollution, air, health,
Right.
all those things. But the season where we Atlanta, Georgia, experience the most ozone is between March and October. But for what my specific job, I do a special analysis between June 1st and August 31st. So August 31st is right around the corner, and I can't wait.
I thought we already destroyed the ozone. No?
Well, we've been doing a little bit better at, the ozone hole has been repairing itself.
Yeah,
thanks to our, lack of contribution to making it bigger. Thanks to regulations like car emissions. That's all tied in together. Or like advances in technology such as Teslas.
Tesla.
Or,
Yeah, I'm just
Tesla.
No.
Tesla.
Yeah. Tesla's in Tulsa. Yeah.
That or like electric battery operated cars, all those things are contributing to, the reformation of the ozone, which is helpful.
I'm working on the other side. I'm up on my roof every day with just 2 cans of Aquanet just spraying.
You're just spraying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Terry, you are doing a disservice. You are contributing to global warming, climate change.
I'm a worst one. What do you want?
I'm just saying, Terry, as a fellow environmentalist who can, talk to you about these topics, I'm gonna need you to do better.
I recycle. How about
does your ghetto garden contribute to the ozone in any way?
Yeah. I mean, it contributes to releasing greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, which contributes to climate change and global
That's a bad thing, Rudy. You said greenhouse gas, and he goes, there you go. All right.
Well, I mean, y'all are the only 2 nerds who know what y'all talking about. Anyways, me and Kellie been lost. Okay.
This is basic information.
Talking about. So I'm just joining the conversation. I don't know. I have no idea.
This is basic knowledge.
If it was
greenhouse gases are bad.
If it was basic knowledge, I promise you, basic people would know, but we don't.
I will say a lot of things contribute to ozone effects and climate change and global warming. I mean, like passing gases, releasing greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. So it could be anything.
Cow burps.
Yes.
Also, how am I supposed
Not cow
to know?
farts. Cow farts aren't real.
How am I supposed to know it was a bad thing if I asked her how does it contribute and she tells me greenhouse gases? That contribution would be a good thing, right? I'm thinking, how am I supposed to know this is a negative?
I don't know why she said the negative, because plants take in CO2 and produce oxygen, so it's actually
they do that too.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
But they also release isoprene, which is not good. it contributes to the formation of ozone. So like my specific job, you got ozone, but then I specifically look at what ozone precursors are. So what compounds in the atmosphere join forces to make ozone. And that's how we kind of determine where we need to do more regulations and laws. So if you're seeing like a lot of compounds found in gasoline or fuel, well, now we need to make, stricter restrictions on how much, whatever can be released in the atmosphere or whatever. So
all right, I know what you're talking about, and I'm getting bored. So
yeah, I am too. Like I'm like, I do not want to hear about my job. This is not. I don't want to hear about it. I live it every day.
I was learning.
I was about to say I wouldn't say I was bored. I just I
just didn't think y'all really cared that much about what I do.
I just want to know if another watermelon exploded or not. That's my
no,
thing.
but I did have another death. Oh, guys. And it's part my fault, but part of Mother Nature's fault. So, I don't know how it's been in Florida, but in Atlanta, it's been raining like
cats and dogs
nonstop. And so one of my watermelon in the back, I guess it was sitting in a puddle of water and it started to rot.
Oh
no.
So yeah, like it's like if it wasn't raining as much and the water wasn't just kind of on the ground like that, it wouldn't have done that. But it's been raining a lot in Atlanta. I haven't really been at home a lot, so I haven't had a lot of time to kind of shift them. It's a combination of stuff, but yeah, I think I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So
the countdown begins.
The final countdown.
Wonderful. Well, all's well with me. I'm chilling, wrapping up my Miami tour until next week. Because I'll be in Tampa for like 5 days and I'm coming right back. So yeah, that's the thing.
So work must be good.
Excuse me?
I said work must be good. People must want you to make them laugh.
I don't know if the people do. Definitely the people who put me on the show want me to make the people who they bring laugh.
Okay. Well, they must have some confidence in you that you're gonna make them laugh.
Yeah. Seems that way.
Right. I'm sure there's some comics that don't get shows.
Probably.
Yep. Terry, how's you getting some shows?
I'm about to go on tour. So speaking of which, Rudy, we got to talk at some point. I need some contacts for Tampa. So
okay.
Come on tour. Kelly, we need to figure out.
Oh, and we are trying to book in Atlanta. So
good.
Yeah, we'll be there for sure.
Kelly, we got to figure out an act so that we can at least be like openers for Rudy and Terry.
Right. We need one act.
Singing might not be our ministry, but maybe we can do magic tricks.
I'm down with that.
Terry, did you say no to magic tricks?
I said no to all of it, actually.
Who doesn't like magic tricks?
Or maybe.
Hey, do I come and mess around with your ozone? No.
Yes, you do.
You do.
Come try to teach your kids, Kelly.
Special guest. You'll bring more people in, I promise.
Or we could just really do well with this podcast and do just live shows with this.
I mean, we could, but or me and Kelly.
But did anybody follow my directions in terms of posting their things?
Kelly, don't even start.
Now, Janessa is an exception today. But the other two of you, did you post this on your own pages so that other people can see and come and be 500 and million and one followers? No.
It's nothing to see.
I reached out to Kelly.
You're still not even on it, Kelly. You're not even on me. Why do you feel like you don't need to be seen on social media? Social media needs to see you, Kelly. You can't keep your page private. You can't keep trying to hide.
Rudy,
I asked her host now.
I asked her today, could she send me her bio and picture because I was gonna post the stuff. And Kelly's talking about some like, ma'am, you asking us to do stuff, but you're not even doing your job.
She don't want to be seen.
I'm about to post the next the next string of posts.
I can't just post Rudy and Terry and be like, check out my podcast. Here are my hosts,
They gonna say,
Rudy,
look at
Terry,
me,
and
these
Kellie.
handsome
She
men.
exists, but she don't.
Oh, posting me will get you a lot more followers for sure. The more you post to me, the better.
Oh my!
There you go. Well, either way, we've made it to episode 40, guys. So we are hobbling along. We're not walking fast, but we are walking, guys. One step at a time.
I have to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Your food here or something? What's going on?
I just ate my food.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. Weed man, she copping some weed.
Her hamburger.
My edibles are outside. Lies. Do not cut that one part. Lies.
Clip out that one part, and we'll use it for the intro.
Right. All right, Terry. I kind of feel like, do we want to? Hopefully, Kellie's listening to this explanation. We don't have to explain it again. But either way, the floor is yours.
Well, today's topic is celebrity worship the new idolatry? Celebrity magazines, influencers, Instagram, talk shows, and the way we generally treat celebrities in this country in the modern age, is that the new idolatry? Is Tom Hanks and Taylor Swift, are they the new golden calves of this generation?
But what I'm saying, so are we going that big of a gap when it comes down to idolatry, like from the golden calves in the Bible days to celebrity now?
Yes.
So what was the middle idolatry in between the old and the new? There was nobody doing idolatry in between now and then, between a golden calf and a celebrity.
Well, yeah, I mean, for as long as there's been celebrities, people have treated them differently.
I'm saying, but there's a huge gap between when celebrities started and when the golden calf was here. So what I'm saying is, if that's the old and new, was there no idolatry in between then? Like, did another idolatry start once we started having celebrities, or was there something in between then and the calf?
Well, sure, there's always something, but we can't talk about everything. So we're going to talk about this thing.
But what I'm saying
is, there's people that worship money. There's people that worship possessions. There's people that worship, royal families, and there's always plenty of that. But we're talking about this. We're talking about celebrity worship being idolatry.
But we're talking about it being the new idolatry, is what I'm saying. Like,
right.
is this the new thing to do? And I don't. If it's been going on for as long as celebrities have been around, then it's definitely not.
Generally speaking, yeah,
been around for a long time.
Generally speaking, yes, but it's gotten worse. I feel like, people they want to be famous themselves so badly that they push all that out onto other people, and that's what
Who wants to be famous so bad that they push it on other people?
I think everybody does.
I'm saying celebrities or people who are not famous?
People who worship celebrities.
Right. Oh, okay.
Can somebody else chime in? He's getting confused again. It's a pretty simple subject. Is celebrity worship idolatry?
I mean, yes. The answer to that question is yes, but I'm just saying in reference to it being new idolatry, I don't necessarily see how it's new, is what I'm saying.
Well, like I said, between Instagram, between your social media presence, celebrity magazines, celebrity talk shows, yes, it definitely is. But I don't know. Now you're confusing me.
Well, to answer the question, I mean, I definitely think that people idolize celebrities,
right?
For sure. I think that, and to your point, I think that social media and Instagram has definitely taken it to a whole new level, because we're able to see, in air quotes, people's lives a little more than we were in the past. And of course, people only show the good. and so they only show the really good or the really bad, because the really bad then makes them more famous. And more people talk about that as well. And so I can definitely see, to the question, is celebrity worship idolatry? For sure. I think that people definitely, and the sad part is I think that people definitely worship other people probably more than they worship God. Even people who consider themselves Christians or spiritual or religious definitely worship other people. I'm even guilty, not necessarily of worshiping a celebrity, but going to my phone in the mornings. And the Lord just convicted me about this the other day, because I've been doing better. I've been trying to do better with my quiet time and spending time with the Lord every day. I'll pick up my phone first thing in the morning and go to Instagram. And I follow some celebrities, but not many. But I'm just going.
Are you doing that first thing in the morning due to a celebrity, or just because of Instagram?
Not necessarily a celebrity. I'm just going to see what's going on in people's lives, like what y'all been doing for the last 8 hours.
Let me throw this one out there. The way that certain people, especially certain groups of Christian people, the way they look at somebody like Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider that to be idolatry? Because I saw an interview with a gentleman who said, look, if Jesus Christ got off the cross and came to me and said that President Trump is with Russia, he said, I believe you, but hang on, I got to check with the president first. Like, that was shocking to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a person saying, yes, I believe in Jesus, but I would believe Donald Trump over him.
Just real quick, just to throw in the definition of idolatry is extreme admiration, love, or reverence for something or someone.
Like you said, go ahead. Idolize.
No, that's all I had.
Oh, I'm about to say
I meant more the biblical version.
Okay, what's the biblical version?
Right.
Yeah, holding up an idol above God.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're all guilty of it, but I definitely think that people hold celebrities to a higher standard than they do the Lord. And what I was saying about Instagram, I go, just to see what's kind of going on, just with people in the last 8 hours since I went to bed. But I know some people go to Instagram and follow, all celebrities. Let me see what Kim Kardashian is doing today. Let me see what, I can't even think of another, Kanye West is doing today. Let me see. Oh man, Rihanna posted. She only posts once every, 3 weeks. So if Rihanna says something, or Beyonce says something, or somebody says something about Beyonce and Rihanna, like they ready to fight, burn down your house, kill you, come knock on your door. You know what I'm saying? But people, they ready to turn up. You say something bad about, one of their favorite celebrities. Where I don't see that same type of reverence for the Lord, for God. Somebody, a Christian, say something about God, disagree with something, they just like, oh, okay, but don't say nothing about Beyonce. Now, I'm a person member of the Beehive, but don't say nothing about Beyonce, and they gonna show up. Somebody gonna show up at your door.
Well, it is the first commandment, Don't hold up an idol that draws worship from the Lord.
But unfortunately, I think that's the way of the world. So yes, celebrity worship is the new idolatry, is a form of idolatry.
And to your point, Rudy, I don't think it's necessarily new. I think the age of social media has exposed it more. Because I was just thinking about growing up, how I used to have, Word Up magazines all over my wall, and
me too.
Whenever a new album would come out, or a new Bow Wow album, like I had to have it. And if they was doing, I don't know, a CD signing at the DTLR, or wherever.
DTLR, they're still open.
It is, girl. But I was there with thousands of other screaming teenagers trying to. So I definitely think it was there. But I think the level of or the world of social media has just exposed it all. You can create, fan accounts, like Beyonce fan accounts, to
20
just
years
show
old.
how much you love Beyonce. Whereas maybe a few decades ago, like you could be a super fan and nobody would even know, like unless you just vocal about it. But I think that's kind of put a spotlight on things. I also think something that unfortunately is going on in the church Christian community is people are
Idolizing.
idolizing. About to make up a whole word.
I was going to do it too.
Pastors and preachers. Like you only listen to this person's sermon, or if they got a guest pastor coming in, you don't want to hear from them, or you love the way that person dresses, or like the message of God gets lost because you're so focused in what they wear, their house, their kids, just their life. And so I definitely think we're in a world where it's easier to get caught up. And I guess as Christians, we have to do a better job of not getting caught up.
Well,
Because
Kellie brought
it's
up.
so easy to do it in today's world of social media. What did you say?
I was going to say Kellie brought up a good point. Do we worship our phones? So
Yeah.
But I got a question for you, Janessa.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got two questions, but the first one is for you specifically, and then the second one is for the group. Do you think that because of the fact that you had posters on your wall, or you wanted to go to autograph signings and stuff, does that necessarily qualify you as idolizing these people in the sense of, and I'm talking about what Terry means, not the definition you read, because according to that definition, you were idolizing them, but that definition doesn't necessarily make it sound bad. It just makes it sound like you just have high admiration for someone. But in the sense of just say putting another God before God type of thing, do you feel like that's the level that you have for these? I'm talking about you, not the world. I'm saying you, with having the posters on the wall, going to that. Do you think that you were at that level where you, even to Kellie's point, you would defend them like the Beehive would do Beyonce harder than you would do God?
So now I won't be defending folks like the Beehive. I've never been that extreme on any type of fandom. But I think there was a point in my life where I used to like want the lifestyle that these celebrities had. And so I don't know if that's kind of idolizing, like wanting what they have and wanting to be them. Like I remember I wanted to be a singer. Fun fact. So now I'm going to lose all the icebreaker games, but I share a name with two celebrities, and I was really upset when Rihanna came out because I wanted to be Rihanna. Like that was going to be my stage name when I made it big or whatever. So,
Wait, your middle name's Rihanna?
My middle name is Rihanna.
I never knew
and
that.
My last name is Rowland. Like Kellie.
I literally thought you did that because you was idolizing Rihanna for your Instagram name.
No, that's my name. That is my name.
Like Jay Rihanna. Oh, she must really like her.
No, like that's my real name. And so I just remember being younger and being bad at Rihanna because she took my name, and I wanted to be the pop star, and I wanted to be famous, traveling all over the world. And of course, that's not where I am now, but there definitely was a time period where I can say I really put them folks on some type of pedestal. Was it higher than God? I don't know if it's necessarily was higher, but it's probably way higher than what it should be.
Did it draw your worship away?
I think that was an area in my life that I kind of struggled with because, I lived in a household where it was Christian music. I would say like 98% of the time. And so if I came saying like I want to listen to this hip hop, like it wasn't, accepted. It wasn't something we did in our family. So I kind of felt like I was being rebellious and like trying to sneak and trying to, keep up with what was going on. And so to a certain extent, I did feel like there were times where, in the effort to keep up with what was going on in the world, I'm doing all this other crazy stuff just to even listen to the music, compared to the easy accessibility I had to maybe gospel music. So I don't know. I don't think I'm in that space now, but growing up, like as a teenager, that's definitely a very hard space to kind of navigate. But I also don't think I was thinking that deeply about idolatry at the tender age of 14 either.
But I want to bring up something that you said and tied into what Terry said earlier about, and we may have talked about this in a previous episode, but about pastors and preachers being celebrities, and people idolizing them. And so where you feel like, where Christians may feel like, or church members may feel like, oh, I don't put anybody before, the Lord, but actually you may put your pastor in front of the Lord, because I can see some Christians saying, like the Trump comment that you made, before they're really hearing from the Lord. Well, did pastor such and such say it? Because the pastor such and such didn't say it, then it's not, So I feel like people I feel like pastors are in that celebrity, can be in that celebrity realm as well. And people idolize them and put them before the Lord too, but it just may not be as you may not see it as much, because it's it's masked by, oh, this is church, this is the Lord, or whatever. But really, it's the pastor that I worship and not necessarily the Lord. So I've seen that too.
Well, I was gonna say, but is it safe to say to that point that then some people could idolize, just say, a mentor or their parents? Because some people may go to their parents before going to God. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if my mama said it, then, you know what I'm saying? Because of my mama's relationship with the Lord, or whatever the reason may be. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, could idolatry fall when it come down to your parents, or a mentor or somebody like that as well?
And I guess I would want to know from Terry, I guess, where is that idol line? Because I know there's a whole, I call Karen Lee for everything, honey. What else I do for this and this and this, but everything, and to Janessa's definition, I do, I idolize my mother. I love her dearly. I think she's the best thing ever. Do I feel like I put her before God? That's a hard one. I guess on that line of what's an idol and what's not. I think there's a lot of times, like I said, that I've been convicted on. The Lord is like, you called, all your friends, Risa and Adrian and Tay, and and everybody about this issue, and you haven't come to me yet. I've definitely. There's some extra noises. I definitely.
That's just Chris.
Oh, okay. Hey, Chris. But I definitely feel like I forgot what I was saying. So somebody
this is my question for the group. Do you think it is, whether it's a rap artist, movie star, or even a pastor, do you think it's any of their responsibilities to ensure that people do not idolize them? Because when people attach themselves to characters, and when I say characters, it can be, somebody like Beyonce. And Beyonce, I'm not saying that's not her real name or whatever, but I'm saying, but her brand is kind of the character they attach themselves to. Or even in a movie, like everybody loves this particular movie because of this character, or you like this TV show because of this character. So people, when you attach yourself to that person or whatever, that entity, like you get like a real stronghold to them. Like if you ever hear that they're going to be anywhere near you, you're going to want to see that person, in real life. People don't necessarily have that same type of tangible opportunity when it comes down to God. You know what I'm saying? Like you you got to have the faith and make it to heaven and see, figure out if what you was believing was what it was, or was you duped this whole time, or however you feel about those situations. But as the celebrity, like if I'm just out here just being great in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily have to intentionally go out of my way to say, yo, worship me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just out here doing things that a lot of people really like. But is it now my responsibility to make sure that, hey, I appreciate you being a fan of my work, but God, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, B, Z. And if it's somebody who's not a believer in God, maybe they say something else. But either way, like, is it their job to I guess, cover those grounds?
I think that's a good question. And I guess my answer would be, the first thing that comes to my head is, how do you do that? How do I stop you from idolizing me? I think some celebrities is what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that want to be famous, that want to be known, that want to be, loved by everyone and admired by everyone and appreciated and valued for my work. I think for some celebrities, I think some celebrities want that. I think some celebrities are after that. I think especially in this age of social media, and influencers and all of these things, that's what they're looking for. I think some people are just gifted in their craft. And so the Lord has just blessed me with this gift of song or dance or comedy or whatever, and so me just operating in that gift brings people in. I wasn't looking to be famous, but think about how many people are famous or celebrities. I don't know the difference. There's a difference in the two words, but famous or celebrities who didn't do anything. Like Kim Kardashian. Like, how was Kim Kardashian for what? Like, what did she like? What did she do?
She's a capitalist. She capitalized off the sex tape.
She did, but so she got famous for having sex.
And we wouldn't have even known about her if her dad wasn't O.J. Simpson's lawyer.
So she capitalized on a whole lot of things, but her point was to be famous, to be known, to be a celebrity. I did all this so that all these people can like me and want to be like me, or or whatever, versus like a Beyonce who is gifted, and operated in her gift, and people love her because of that. Not that she didn't want to be famous. I mean, of course she did. Who wants to be a singer, and no one knows me, but
knows you, right?
You know what I'm saying? Right. And so I think, like I said, to your point, or to your question of, where is that line, or is there a line where, or what responsibilities do celebrities have in making sure other people don't idolize them? I don't think you can. Man, they got a whole show called American Idol.
Yeah, there's no. That's not on them. It's on us.
Yeah, I don't think you.
But I'm saying, so then who fixes that? Because if you're on the side of idolizing, because you're either idolizing or being idolized. You know what I'm saying? Or if you just don't idolize people, then you just don't care or whatever. But like when it comes down to just say somebody being the celebrity and somebody being the admirer, you can only be on one side. You know what I'm saying? So if all of us are admirers, who steps in and says like, "Hey guys, this is going too far"? You know what I'm saying?
You do. You have to step in. It's called personal responsibility.
I'm saying, okay, so Kellie steps in right now and tells the Beehive, like, "Hey guys, we need to actually just kill this whole thing called the Beehive, because this right here is idolatry." The fact that we have a group that is out here to protect this woman from any type of backlash. If somebody says she can't sing, we wreck their social media page, we get them canceled, we do all these different type of things. So because that's what the Beehive is for. It's not for just because, hey, I'm a fan. Beehive, it's like we the army of the hive, not the Lord. Like we are out here, you feel what I'm saying, like on guard. And so what I'm saying is, how does somebody who's already in that make that conscious decision to tell everybody else who's also in that same mindset?
Okay,
stop doing it?
I didn't say tell everybody else. I said personal responsibility. As in, Kellie needs to tell herself, "Hey, this is getting out of hand. I gotta, I gotta."
But how does that spread though? How does she stop the rest of the hive?
I think it's a one by one thing. I mean, I think that hopefully you surround yourself with family, and especially at this age now. As Janessa talked about, at the tender age of 14, there's some things that you just do because you're a kid. Now these grown folks, 30, 40, 50 years old, a part of the beehive pulling up at somebody's house or cancel, like you said, like Terry said, they need to do a level of self-reflection, one, or hopefully they have a good friend or family member or person in their support circle that says, hey, you're doing a lot. It's a little too much that you have taken off work today to go and figure out, whatever you need to do because they said something about Beyonce. It's too much that, oh no, I can't go make it to this event or go do this thing because I gotta, put bees on somebody's Instagram page, 50 million times, or I got to go figure out where they live. Hopefully when you talk about spread, people have people in their circle that says, all right, Janessa, you're doing a little too much now. And so that would be my hope. Unfortunately, I think again with social media, so many people do it, and I don't even know if they even consider it or realize that it's idolatry. It's just kind of what everybody does. You idolize this person, like I said, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm a partial member of the Beehive. I'm not all the way in like some of them, but Beyonce is amazing. I mean, gifted, love B. Have all her albums, can sing all the songs. Love her. Been to a couple of concerts. Love her. But I think that, like Terry said, there's a level of self-reflection, or somebody needs to come and tell you. But yeah.
So what I mean, you're on mute, Janessa.
I was just saying, just to add to what Kelly was saying too, everybody clearly doesn't believe the same things that we believe. So if you're unaware of idolatry, or that's not a concern of yours, that's something else that you have to kind of keep in mind. Everybody might not see anything wrong with it.
But to that point, or even to what you was even saying, Kelly, so let's take away, just say, the secular side of it. Let's just talk about pastors in particular. Do they have any responsibility when it comes down to making sure that their members or followers or whoever do not idolize them?
So I think with that, I don't think it's the pastor's responsibility to control how people view them, because you can't change anybody. Like you can influence or share wisdom or tell somebody, but you cannot actually control their behavior. So I think it's the responsibility of the pastor to discuss idolatry, and when you're going too far, and how to seek guidance to break from it. And I think it's important for pastors to discuss it, but is it the pastor's responsibility to change Deacon Jones's mind of how he views him? Like, he actually can't do that. He literally does not have the control or power to do that. So I wouldn't say.
I slightly disagree, only because of this. Because I do feel like, I mean, would it be an extra effort? Absolutely. Would it probably be inconvenient? Absolutely. But I do think on top of just say preaching about idolatry, because yes, you're right, you can't necessarily change anybody, but that doesn't necessarily stop him from preaching anything. I mean, he not necessarily can stop anybody from fornicating, but he still may preach it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So I do get that, but I do think when it comes down to something dealing with him personally and how people look at him personally, I feel like there is some type of just say action that can be taken, even if it was just simply before you like when you come to me and you ask me for like advice or whatever, like what did God tell you first? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you prayed about this before you even came and sought wisdom from me? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long have you fasted about this? Like, how deep have you really tried to find this? Or are you copping out by coming to me? A pastor can do that, and that would definitely help shift the mindset of people to say, you know what, before I go to him, or they could just buck this. Maybe they leave the church and go somewhere else where a pastor, or let them come straight to him. I don't know. But if they want to stay with that pastor, that will, help influence. Will it change everybody? Absolutely not. Is it 100%, fireproof, whatever. I'm not saying that, no. But I do think that there is something that they can do. And to your point, even if it's preaching about it, or even like the point I was just making about kind of more or less enforcing it. But either way, whether the people actually change or not, I do think that there is some responsibility on them, especially if you know that you're a big enough brand where people are looking at you in a idoled way. Like what happened, because they're doing it with other celebrities. So they're doing it with you, because some pastors even have celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like if you are preaching this and this is part of your knowledge of, the message that you're talking about, because some rappers and singers or whoever else, that may not be they may want to be idolized, whatever. But as a pastor, if this is not what's supposed to be happening, I feel like there's a little bit more responsibility on that person.
I would agree. I definitely think the pastor should address it. Like Janessa said, I mean, they don't have any control and power over, somebody's thoughts and, beliefs and actions. But should it be addressed, whether it's addressed in a one-on-one environment to this one person that they realize maybe idolizing them in a small group, or in a sermon to the entire congregation, I definitely feel like if a pastor is seeing that, hey, my people are loving me more than they're loving God, they're coming for me more than they're coming for the word, I definitely think that it should be addressed. I remember, I thought it was strange, and I've talked about this church before. It's one of those prosperity churches that we've talked about. But I thought it was interesting. So, and I may have said this story before. I don't know. We've done 40 episodes. Y'all just gonna keep hearing the same stories over and over again. But the first lady was really into makeup. So every Sunday her face was like what they say, beat to the gods. Right. So it was beat. And then she really enjoyed these platform shoes. So thick platform shoes. So what do I see? 50% of the women look like at church on Sunday. Face beat,
like first lady,
platform shoes. Yep. And so I thought that was interesting. And then the pastor, he was kind of a chubbier man, but he liked them old men, not even old men, but like those wide leg, suit jacket go to the knees, type of suits. What did you see, the men wearing in there? And I'm like, this is so strange, because this isn't what people typically look like. Not 50% of your church looks like the pastor and the first lady. And I felt like the church was a little cultish anyway, which is why I left. But I've definitely felt like there was some forms of idolizing them, or looking up to them, and it was a little much. It was more than I love your pastor, love your first lady, pray, protect, cook, travel, all that, do all that for your pastor and first lady. But it was just, I'm like, this is just a step too far. Like, why are most of the ladies in here, like I said, face beat like this? And that's not what you do.
But is that sorry to cut you off, but this question for you, is that idolatry, or is that influence?
I think that's more influence than anything else, but it's still a good point. Like when you're,
but I think that's also it's subjective to a person, because it's one person, they might be influenced, like, oh, I like how she dressed, I like how her makeup is, I think it would look nice on me. But then there might also be mixed in them same bunch of people, oh my gosh, first lady, whatever she says is just heaven on earth, and she is the Proverbs 31 woman, and I want to be her.
Because Kelly, was she pushed? Because was the first lady pushing that narrative on the women, or they were just following suit because they just looked at her like that?
I never heard her kind of push it, but I also felt like they had a see me spirit, or a pick me spirit, or I want to. I want to be seen. I want to, and so I never heard, she never said, hey, ladies, come to the, church on Sundays with platforms this big and face beat, but definitely, like I said, they had a spirit of, showiness. They had a spirit of, wanting to be, this was a church where I told you, is, 21 people and 20 people gonna give $100 today.
Right,
You know,
right.
so they definitely had, that type of spirit. And again, like I said, I don't think 50% of the women that dressed like her were idolizing her, but I definitely think that there was probably one or two that said, I want to do whatever the first lady does. Because to me, that's just strange. And I've been to a good number of churches in my life, and I had never seen anything like it. And like I said, it was a bit cultish to me, but just how people just take looking at their pastors, their first ladies too far. I mean, of course, like Beyonce has a whole Ivy Park, Adidas, Nike, somebody, Adidas line, and so of course I want to dress like Beyonce. So let me go get some Ivy Park. I want my skin to look like Rihanna's, so let me go get the new Fenty skincare. Like I said, and some of that, as you said, is like just influence. But I do think that in the church, you definitely see parts of idolatry. And I think the pastors do have a responsibility to address it, but you can't change it. Bless you.
Thank you.
You said what was your last line? You said the pastor
they have a responsibility to address it, even if they can't, even though we know they can't change it.
Right, right, for sure. And I agree with that. I definitely wasn't saying that they could have the power to just snap their fingers and change it, but I do put a little bit more on them than just say the rapper, whoever who probably ain't even on that, But if your message is knowing that you don't put anybody before God, and if you see it kind of happening, then to you and Janessa's credit, I think 100% it should be addressed. But even more than just a random, let's talk about idolatry today, people. In the sermon, like
right.
Even if it's a couple people, like, hey, stop dressing like my wife. You kill it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all relax, be yourself.
Right.
So
right. Agreed.
Sure.
Agreed.
All right. Well, Kelly, church announcements.
All right. So follow us on Instagram at The Worst Ones PK. Make sure that you bring other people along to follow. Make sure that you like our post. We have some new posts of these wonderful hosts around me.
Okay.
I'm coming soon. I don't really like doing all this. But anywho, but no, DM us, like, comment, and also when you want to listen to us, see us, go to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, type in The Worst Ones Podcast, and you'll find us. Make sure at that time that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Again, as always, we've been steady at this 500 million. We haven't gotten to 500 million in one yet. So y'all need to do your job and sharing with other people so we can get to one. We've been at 500.
Yes, we all need to do our job.
For like 2-3 months, we've been at 500 million.
Right.
We trying to go over that hump before we get to our 1 year anniversary coming up. So like, comment, subscribe, share.
And you can also find videos of this at Princess Kales 51. She is also sharing on her page the great things we're doing over here at The Worst Ones.
And if for some reason you happen to go to her page and you don't see any of those things, feel free to let us know.
Here at The Worst Ones Baptist Church. The real Rihanna. Go for it.
Well, y'all can follow me at Melanated Brews for all things coffee, tea, and beer. I actually went to 2 coffee shops within the past 2 days. So check out the blog. They will be on there. I went to the I looked at this picture to make sure I said it right, and I still forgot. The Corner Cup Coffee House in Tucker, Georgia. Had their cookies and cream caramel frappe, and it was divine. So
that sounds
check
good.
us out at Melanated Brews to learn more about the Corner Cup Coffee Shop in Tucker and what I had there. And we have fun over there.
Nothing that you just described sounded like coffee.
The cookies and cream caramel frappe. Well, it has espresso in it, and I get a double shot whenever I get any type of frappe because I like a good.
What's espresso?
Huh?
What's espresso?
Terry, you already know. You already know what's espresso.
Oh no,
It's
I know
not-
what espresso is.
Oh,
I don't know what
Lord.
espresso
Still
is.
You know what it is, and
That's
so does the rest of our
espresso that you put in an
500
espresso
million people.
machine.
They know exactly what I'm saying.
Here comes Terry. The
Grammar.
pronunciation police.
You're a teacher.
No, I'm not.
Well,
It's your a teacher, not your a teacher.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah,
Go
follow
for
me
it.
there.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
it.
Oh, did you say J Rihanna as well? Double
Oh
underscore?
yeah, you can follow me on my personal page at JRihanna_. I think it's public, so you can just follow me.
There you go.
Shoot me a message if
You
you
should change it to the real Rihanna.
The real Rihanna.
shoot me a message if you follow me because of the podcast. Love to know.
Liddy. All right.
It's Terry Wayne Comedy at all social media platforms for me. And if you want to come on there and you know, grade my grammar, that's fine. We can talk about English diction.
Okay.
Or Jesus or Donald Trump or whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm around.
Terry Wayne, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Wayne. For me, the podcast official page. Just like with the Worst Ones podcast, type in this whole thing. For the Worst Ones podcast, type all of that in. For the podcast official page, type all that in. Don't shortcut it because it's a lot of podcasts out here and you'll get lost. But if you type in the full name of all of these things, you will find it. So please do go to podcast official page. Last Monday of each month, we be live on Zoom. All righty.
So wait, y'all having an episode this coming
Monday.
Monday.
And
Great.
the
'cause I thought I
topic
missed it.
is
The topic is fragile male ego.
oh yeah, I need to go to that one.
Pull up, you dig? It's gonna be lit. So y'all be in Tampa this weekend. Shout out Tampa. I got my show Friday, and then I'll be there for the podcast Monday, and then I'll be back in Dade County where the iguanas run loose on the street.
They're huge too.
Yeah, I seen one sitting in the palm tree today, just chilling. it's like okay. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to us, watching us, our beautiful faces here on YouTube. Until episode 41, we out there, whole Terry.
Hey, smoke it.
Top of the world. Top of the world.